Welcome to an adventure that took weeks to plan but seemed to pass in but a moment. Come join us in this adventure. I'm going to show you some of the highlights of some of the areas that we saw. We went over to Cape Door, we went to Advocate Harbor, Apple River Bay, Five Islands, and so many wonderful places in between. Come along and experience some of the most beautiful views that Nova Scotia has to offer. This is roughly the trip that we did on our first day. Our Airbnb that you saw at the beginning of the video is located just outside of Parrsboro, and there's a couple connections to the trails there that are very nice. In fact, Trail 31 and 30, which makes up quite a bit of what you're seeing on the screen here, is in great condition, and it's no problem to drive 30 to 40 kilometers an hour on most of that trail system. And so, yeah, this is what we roughly did. We got turned around a couple times and tried to get in a couple spots that we had difficulty with. One of the things that we learned is if you want to go and see Spencer's Island and you come down to the beach, then you're going to want to make sure that it's low tide, because it's not passable to kind of go across the beach at high tide. And so we arrived at the wrong time, so we got turned around there. But we did roughly 257 kilometers, and I think we were close to 12 hours of adventure that day. But Cape Door here on the tip is definitely worth seeing. It's absolutely beautiful. Up Apple River, apparently Spencer's Cove, which we didn't go to, is a very scenic spot as well. So here it is, and if you like the GPX file, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll send that to you. And so let's have a look at some of the sites. Here's what to expect in terms of the trail system itself. This trail is very typical. There were a number of paths through the woods, but in very good condition. And also, we went through a number of blueberry fields and things where the roads were even better condition. And so we were able to make really good time, put a lot of kilometers on here the first day. So when you're planning your trip and you see that it is about 80 kilometers one way from Parrsboro to Advocate Harbor, that's very easily done because of the condition of the trails to get you there. You can easily do this in a day, and again, it's probably even a little bit easier on a side-by-side. Here's the view from Glasgow Mountain. Definitely recommend stopping here. If you have a pair of binoculars, you can see off in the distance. In fact, you can even see Cape Split right now across the water there. Again, a beautiful area. You can drive around on the top here and get different views and different angles. And highly recommend stopping here on your way. Here is Spencer's Island off into the distance, and this was the beach that I was telling you about, that if you get down here and expect to connect to the trailhead to go up to Advocate Harbor down the beach a ways, it's just simply not passable, and we learned that the hard way. We were probably about an hour from high tide, and still were not able to find a route across, and so we had to backtrack a little bit, which was fine. We saw some beautiful sights along the way. But here's the access to the beach that you can use, and it's part of the trail system. You can find this on the Polaris app as well. This is the trail that leads you down to Cape Door. In fact, you're driving on top of 200-foot cliffs. Certain parts of the trail you get fairly close to the edge, or you can get off your bike if you wanted to and take pictures of again, just some of the coastal views that you have along the way. There is a very nice parking area here that you'll see in a moment. There's a picnic table, there's a washroom, and then there's a lookout up here, and there's also a small walking trail up here as well. And then you can walk down a fairly steep hill to actually get to the lighthouse and the two buildings that are there as well. Very beautiful spot, definitely the highlight of the trip for me. These two clips that I'm going to show you are both down at Advocate Harbor, and you can see that on my right here, this is what's known as Driftwood Alley, that it's very aptly named. And it's just a beautiful coastline, beautiful views, and definitely recommend stopping here as well. This is Apple River Bay, and as you can see, it's a fair bit from Advocate Harbor, but really it only probably took us about an hour to get from one to the other.
Whew.
Oh,
What's the number? What's the number?
257.6.
Wow! 257 kilometers.
Beat the record by 90 kilometers.
Woo!
Oh.
Wow, guys.
Oh, yeah.
The second day didn't go at all the way that we planned. In fact, it turned out much better. The night before, on my personal Facebook page, I posted a drone video of Cape Dore, and Sam saw it. And Sam is a gentleman that I have been talking with online and asking a lot of questions about the area. I knew he was very involved in a number of the ATV clubs. And so anyway, he agreed to come over to our Airbnb and kind of show us on the maps where to go and where not to go. And my brother-in-law, Kyle, and I were able to talk him into coming with us. And he took up the entire day to show us so many wonderful and beautiful places. And so basically we went from Parrsboro up and around to 5 Islands. It's like a big horseshoe to get there from where we're staying, all the way up to Spring Hill. And then we kind of swept around westward and came back into Parrsboro from a completely different perspective, going over mountain ranges and in valleys. It was just absolutely beautiful. And you're going to see some of those sights here in the clips to come. After leaving 5 Islands, we were headed up to Spring Hill. One of the recurring themes over the weekend, one of the issues we're having with is fuel. There was really only one gas station in the area that we're staying, and here's what it looked like. So as soon as we arrived into Parrsboro, we knew we were going to have to be creative with our fuel situation, and so we're on our way to Spring Hill to get some gas, and there was also a gas station in Advocate Harbor. took these videos on the last morning. I wanted to be up to watch the sunrise over the mountain range there. So just thought I would share these in closing. And yeah, if you'd like this video, please don't hesitate to like or subscribe to the YouTube channel, or like it on Facebook, wherever you see it. And yeah, just a couple last clips here this morning right before we left and headed back for home to start planning the next adventure. Thanks, bye for now, and we'll see you in the next episode.